Have you ever stopped to consider how you're spending your most valuable currency? We're not talking about dollars, euros, or bitcoins. No, we're referring to a currency that's far more precious, one that you're spending every moment of your life. That currency is time. Consider this. Each of us has a finite amount of time in our lives. Unlike money, you can't earn more time. Once a moment has passed, it's gone forever. You can't save it, you can't borrow it, and you can't get it back. That's what makes time the most valuable currency we have. So, how do we spend this invaluable currency? We exchange our time for experiences, relationships, skills, knowledge, and yes, even for money. But the question is, are we making conscious choices about how we're spending our time? Are we investing it in things that matter to us? Or are we squandering it on things that don't? Understanding the value of time is the first step towards making better choices about how we spend it. Just as you would consider the cost and value of a purchase before spending your money, so should you consider the cost and value of an activity before spending your time. Is scrolling aimlessly through social media really worth an hour of your time? Is staying late at work to impress your boss worth missing dinner with your family? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, but it's how we choose to spend those hours and days that makes the difference. The good news is, unlike money, everyone starts each day with the same amount of time. It's a level playing field. But like money, how you spend your time can have significant consequences. So, the next time you're about to spend your time, ask yourself, is this worth my most valuable currency? Remember, just like money, time, when spent wisely, can yield significant returns. Time is a currency we all possess, but how many of us truly understand its worth? Just like money in your bank account, the minutes in your day are a finite resource. Every tick of the clock, every heartbeat, and every breath you take is an expenditure of this precious resource. Imagine for a moment that time is a currency. You wake up each day with a balance of 1,440 minutes. How will you spend it? Every decision you make, every action you take, is akin to a transaction, trading your time for something else. That's the crux of it. Life is a series of transactions, with time as the medium of exchange. What are you buying with your time? Is it spent on mindless scrolling through social media, or on meaningful interactions with loved ones? Do you spend it on tasks that drain you, or on pursuits that energize and fulfill you? Do you trade it for immediate gratification or long-term goals? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves to truly understand the worth of our time. But time is not just any currency. It's the most valuable one we have. Unlike money, you can't earn more time, you can't save it, store it, or borrow it. It's constantly slipping away, second by second, minute by minute. That's what makes it so precious. And that's why we need to make every transaction count. So, how do we do that? Well, it comes down to mindfulness. Being aware of how you're spending your time and making conscious decisions to invest it in things that truly matter to you. It's about understanding that every moment spent is an opportunity cost, a trade-off. If you spend an hour on one thing, that's an hour you can't spend on something else. As the saying goes, time is what we want most, but what we use worst. So, let's change that. Let's start treating time like the valuable currency it is. Let's start making smart, intentional transactions. Each moment spent is an investment, so make sure it's a worthy one. Now that we understand the value of time, how do we ensure we're spending it wisely? Let's dive in. One of the key ways to spend time wisely is by setting clear, achievable goals. Imagine you are the captain of a ship. Without a destination in mind, you'd be simply drifting aimlessly in the sea. Goals give you focus. They provide a direction and purpose. They help you channel your time and energy towards something meaningful, something that aligns with your values and aspirations. Another crucial strategy is prioritizing tasks. Not all tasks were created equal. Some have a more significant impact on your goals than others. Take a moment every day to identify these high-impact tasks and tackle them first. This is called the Eisenhower Matrix, a method used by the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower. It's a simple yet effective way to ensure that you're not just busy, but productive. However, even with the best goals and priorities, you can still fall victim to one of the biggest time thieves: procrastination. It's the art of delaying or postponing tasks unnecessarily. It's a habit that can eat away at your precious time, leaving you with a mountain of tasks and a ton of stress. So how do you avoid it? By breaking tasks into smaller, manageable chunks, eliminating distractions, and creating a conducive environment for work. But remember, spending time wisely isn't just about work and productivity. It's equally important to invest time in meaningful activities and relationships. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, or simply taking a moment to relax and recharge. These are the investments that enrich your life, that make your time truly valuable. So be intentional with your time. Treat it as the precious currency it is. Make choices that not only bring you closer to your goals, but also bring joy and fulfillment. Remember, the best investments are those that enrich your life and bring you joy. What's the cost of wasting this precious currency? Let's dive into it. You see, when we squander time, we're not just losing those minutes or hours. We're also surrendering potential outcomes and opportunities. It's a dual loss, with ripples that can extend far beyond the immediate moment. Imagine you had a choice between watching another episode of your favorite TV show or investing that time into learning a new skill. If you choose the former, you might enjoy yourself, but at the end of the day, you're no better off than when you started. However, if you choose to learn, you're adding value to yourself. You're growing, evolving, and enhancing your capabilities. This is where the concept of opportunity cost comes into play. Every choice we make has a cost associated with it, even if it doesn't involve money. In the context of time management, opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative that you miss out on when you make a choice. Let's put it into perspective. Let's say you're a freelancer and you charge $100 for an hour of work. Every hour you spend idly, you're essentially losing that $100. That's the opportunity cost of your time. And it's not just about money. It's about experiences, relationships, and personal growth. When you waste time, you're missing out on the chance to read a great book, to enjoy a meaningful conversation, to exercise and improve your health, or to simply relax and recharge. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with distractions, it's more important than ever to be mindful of how we spend our time. We must treat it as the valuable currency it is and make conscious decisions about how we invest it. The cost of wasting time is substantial, and it extends far beyond the immediate moment. It's about the opportunities lost, the productivity decreased, and the potential unfulfilled. So remember, every moment wasted is a missed opportunity, so choose wisely. So how can we make this unique currency work in our favor? Let's find out. First, let's talk about efficiency. The more efficient we are, the more value we can squeeze out of every second. This doesn't mean rushing through tasks just to get them done, but rather finding ways to complete them more effectively. This could be anything from learning keyboard shortcuts to save a few seconds here and there on your computer, to streamlining your morning routine to get your day started faster. Second, consider investing time in personal growth. Sure, binge-watching a TV series might be fun, but imagine if those hours were spent learning a new skill or language instead. Like financial investments, time invested in learning and growth can yield substantial returns in the future. Next, let's focus on pursuing meaningful experiences. Time spent on activities that bring joy, fulfillment, or a sense of accomplishment is never wasted. Whether it's spending quality time with loved ones, exploring a new hobby, or volunteering for a cause you believe in, these moments are priceless. Now, it's time for a bit of introspection. Take a moment to reflect on how you spend your time. Are you happy with how you're investing this precious currency? If not, what changes could you make? Remember, it's not about cramming as much as possible into each day, but rather about maximizing the value and enjoyment you get from your time. In conclusion, making time work for you is about efficiency, personal growth, and meaningful experiences. It's about being intentional with how you spend your time and making choices that align with your values and goals. The key to wealth in terms of time lies in spending it on things that truly matter to you.